What's up, guys? Seth here. Another episode of Late Night Ties. Tonight I'm going to be tying up a baitfish pattern. I'm going to be doing it in some rainbow trout colors. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright guys, so this fly pretty much uses three materials. It uses, I guess, four materials if you count the eyes. It uses some tungsten dumbbell eyes. It uses green EP fibers, white EP fibers, and pink crystal flash. So that's pretty much all it's got in terms of materials. Pretty simple fly. So I'll just do some X wraps to get those tungsten eyes on there. Flip it over. This is going to be a hook point down fly. Give her some wraps around. Just really cinch that down. Then I'll work my way to the back here. Alrighty. So I'm going to start with some white fibers. I'll kind of tie them in with a little bit of excess coming off the front. I'll show you why in a second. So I'll tie those in the back just like such. Just going straight off the back. And now these front fibers, I'll kind of cover all the way up to there. And then I'll just leave them just like that. Alrighty, now I need my middle color, which is going to be that pink. So I'll take a few pink fibers of crystal flash. We'll do kind of the same thing. And we're going to try to keep this on top of the white. Bring it forward too. Bring it back. Then finish out with the green. Again, trying to kind of keep everything on top. Alrighty, once we've got that all situated, we'll take that green, try and separate it out as best we can. Give her a couple wraps, hold that stuff on top. Now, we're going to take this pink, try and take about half of it. Right down the side closest to me. the other half. We'll tie it down, running down that other side. Just kind of keep everything brushed backwards. And now for this white, again, we're gonna split it in half. And we want this stuff running down the bottom. So I'll take one down one side, through the bottom there. The other bundle, I'll go down the other side, down the bottom there. Tie that down. And then that's it for behind the eyes. Now we'll go in front of the eyes. From here it's pretty simple. Flip that fly upside down. Take another bundle of white. Tie it to the bottom there. Doesn't need to be quite that long. We'll take another bundle of green. Wrap that forward, keeping it on top. Then I'll take both of those colors, I'll pull them back. Give her a couple wraps up in front, and then we'll finish that. Now it's time for a whole bunch of trimming. This doesn't need to be nearly that long to start, so we'll just come in and trim that all off. Same with the top. Obviously, I need the scissors. Probably save a lot of that bundle. Alrighty. So I'll grab a wire brush. Kind of work some of this stuff back. And now what I'll do, form the head of this fly. Get some UV resin. I'll pull that back to how I want it. Saturate that in the resin. give it a blast. Oh, no, it's not wanting to stay back quite that well. I need another coat. Now flip it over. Do the same thing on the bottom. Alright, now once our head is set like that, start grabbing all this trimming it to shape. So there's a simple rainbow trout. Little bait fish. Alrighty, I've moved the camera a little bit so hopefully you guys can see a little bit more of the tail on this one. But we're just gonna whip out another one real quick. This is a size 6. I'm tying this on a size 6 clouser hook. Can't remember what size these eyes are. But this is a nice lightweight streamer for when you're running just a size, like a 5. You can run this streamer on a 5 weight pretty easily. And it's a pretty simple pattern. Like I said, there's pretty much only 3 materials, and really 2 materials, considering one of those materials is just in 2 different colors, EP fibers and then flash. Yeah, we're kind of coming towards the tail end of the winter here. I'm here in south central Montana. So far, been a pretty good winter. Doing quite a bit of ice fishing. Had some good trips so far. Had one outing with a girlfriend where we ended up catching 75 perch, all eater size. We were fishing in about 25 feet of water, and so luckily we were shallow enough that we could throw them back without killing them. And so we ended up keeping 25 and sending the other 50 back home to grow and make more little perch for next year. But yeah, that was a pretty good outing. Next outing, we caught probably about 50 perch, threw them all back because we hadn't gotten to start eating the previously mentioned perch. But on that second outing, we actually had quite the mixed bag. I caught a 20-inch bow on that trip. Probably a maybe a, I don't even know, 11-inch walleye. That might be giving it some more credit than what it actually was. It might have been smaller than that. And then she ended up catching about a 16-inch brown. So quite the mixed bag, pretty fun day out on the ice. On top of that, I've had some pretty good tailwater outings. One of them is a video that I posted last week. That one wasn't quite as good. It was pretty windy. I ended up only getting one fish to the hand. But when it's windy like that, you can't really ask for much more. Been reading a book that is basically a guide to the mountain ranges that are down here close to me. A fishing guide to them. A fish and game biologist that spent his entire career in this mountain range that's close to me. Talking about all the lakes that have and don't have fish. And essentially what I got out of it is, before, my bucket list for next summer was approximately 5 or 6 lakes I wanted to visit. And now I have over 20 lakes, or probably close to over 30 lakes that I'm very interested in seeing, but obviously there's definitely not going to be enough time for all of them, so I'll have plenty to look forward to in the next summer coming up. But yeah, that's made my cabin fever quite a bit worse than it already was. I enjoy all these winter activities. Girlfriend and I just went skiing this a few days ago for the first time of the season, and that was pretty fun. I enjoy all those things, but fly fishing definitely takes the cake. and sometimes that winter fly fishing just doesn't cut it. By now I've typically had some good midge, dry fly, blue-winged olive days, but for some reason this summer it just has not happened. Well, I guess I know the reason. It's been because there's been such a ridiculous amount of wind this winter. I've usually by now had at least a few good midge/BWO days on my local tailwater. This year, it just has not happened for me yet. Another thing that's odd this year, which I've been hearing other reports from other people, I have not caught a streamer fish all winter long. Not sure what's up with that, but I'll bet it's been since August. I'm pretty sure August was the last time I had any kind of streamer action, which to me is weird because normally it's this post-spawn winter time that I get my best streamer fishing in. But yeah, this year it just hasn't happened for me. Who knows? That could change any one of these weekends. But yeah, so these aren't the prettiest of this pattern I've ever tied, but hopefully it kind of, you get the idea. Just a real simple, all fly patterns don't need to be complicated. This one's a pretty simple one. I'll get this one all trimmed up. But yeah, these, when they get wet, they tend to get pretty skinny. But yeah, that's it. Basic rainbow trout colored. Little bait fish pattern. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.